Hello class. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Output StringStream to save your output into a string stream buffer. You may wonder why you need to do that. Well, in some application, it makes sense, or it's easier to format your output and save it into a string stream buffer so that you can pass the output to another function, from one function to another function. So that's usually a use case for using output string stream. So let's go ahead and look at the code, how we can do that. Um, First of all, you need to include the string stream header file. That's stream. And in this code, this is an example where we produce the output and we save into a file. So now instead of saving into a file, we save it into a string stream output. So how do we save into a string stream output? First of all, you need to declare after the include statement, you need to declare a variable that can hold this output string stream. And the data type is all string stream. And then the variable name is out ss, which stands for out string stream. The way that you use string stream is similar to the way you use cout. So you can set decimal places in the output of the format of the output, similar to the way you set decimal places in cout. So if you look at this line, this statement, out ss fixed set precision, this is exactly the same way you set for the output of cout. So if you replace out ss with cout, then you set the output to the screen. And inside of produce the output sent to the screen, we produce the output and we save into a string stream buffer. So all the setting of the precision, set the width and so on, they all work the same like you set for the screen output for cout. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the main program, see what we're doing. This is a same program that we use to keep track of the saving table with the starting amount and annual percentage rate or APR and number of years. And then we call this function produce saving table. We pass in the start amount, the APR, and the years, and the function is supposed to return a string. And in this main, we just do cout of that string. So the function should produce a formatted string that is good to show on the screen. And we just do that cout, the table. So in the produce saving table, you see that the output of this function is a string, or the return data type is a string. And this code, basically, we already looked at before in the other example. So I just briefly mentioned it again. The year column width is used to control the display of the year columns. The balance column width is used to control the display of the balance width. And the MPR, which is monthly, percentage rate is the APR divided by 12 multiplied by 0.01. The total number of months is the total number of years multiplied by 12. And we go to this loop. This loop is similar to, this is exactly the same code we see in the other example. The month start from 1 until less than equal to the total number of months. And every time we go to the loop, we increment the month by 1, and we calculate the interest. and we update the balance, which is incremented by the interest. And then if we reach the end of the year or every 12 months, we want to display the month and the balance. And after we finished generating the output and save to this output string stream, then at the end, we say return a string representation of that output string stream to the caller, which is the main functions right here. So let's see how it works by running an example. I'm gonna click run, and starting amount, let's say I'm gonna move this window to side by side to make it easy to see the input and output. Starting amount is $100. Annual percentage rate, let's say is 8%. And the number of years I want to see is 10. And that's the table that is produced by this function. You see in here, we didn't do any cout, but in here, the functions set the precision, set the width of the year column, the balance column, and then we do output. This is similar to cout, set width, month divided by 12, and set width of balance column width, and then the balance. And month divided by 12 will convert the month into year. So that's why you see here, year, balance, and we display the balance at the end of each year. And you see the year and balance here. Over here, that's the header. From here to here, that's year balance, that's the header, and then we display the balance at the end of each year. And we didn't do any cout in this function. However, after we finished producing the table in the output string stream buffer, we return a string by calling that function inside of this variable output string stream, and that will return a string back to the main program, which is the variable table right here is used to store the output that we get back from the functions produce saving table. And then we just do cout table. And that's the table, what the table look like. In the other example, instead of produce the output and save into the output string stream, you can also save it into a file. And let's stop this program. And let's say I'm going to run it one more time so you can see with different amounts and different percentage return. So I'm going to use, let's say 100 or 1,000, I'm sorry, 1,000. And then the APR is 5. And then the same number of years, 10. And then you see different amount, different balance at the end. And you notice that we always have 2 digits after the decimal place because we control, this functions control the number of digits by doing set precision. That's what we learned in some of the earlier video. And also in this chapter of Zybook, it also go into detailed discussions of how you set this precision. So I would encourage you to read this section of the Zybook. And basically you need to use this, include IO manipulator, manipulation header file. And then that's how you can use the set width and set precision and so on. I covered this topic in some of the earlier video in earlier weeks. That's it. That's all I have for this topic. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.